Hello everyone, welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
And since it is the month of November, it makes sense, Matt. I think every year we always talk about Thanksgiving, the big American holiday that people love and turkeys don't, because people eat turkeys on Thanksgiving, but they also have a big family reunion in November. I think it's the third Thursday in November. It's always around a month before Christmas. Americans will travel many miles. A lot of them will fly home just for one weekend. It's kind of like their version of, I don't know, tomb sweeping or Chinese New Year, when everyone tries to get home. And of course, you have a big meal with turkey. You watch American college football on TV. And then you might go shopping the next day because many of the stores begin their big Christmas sales on Black Friday, which comes right after Thanksgiving. Now, in Canada, we also have Thanksgiving, but it's a little bit earlier.
That's right. So Canadian Thanksgiving, we celebrate in much the same way as the American
food,
Thanksgiving.
Same traditions, yeah, many ways. Yeah.
But our Thanksgiving is in October.
Right, it's about a month earlier. It's a little bit more giving thanks from the farmer times, when the farmers used to finish their work, collect all their food from the summer, and get ready for a long winter. But in both of these cases, we're in North America. It's a Canadian holiday, an American holiday, but it's not something people in many other parts of the world celebrate, even if they know about it. They've heard about it, they've read about it, but it's really a North American holiday. But is it a North American holiday? Because today we're learning about something with an interesting name. What is that?
Today we're learning about Britsgiving.
Britsgiving, not Thanksgiving, Britsgiving.
So they're not giving thanks, they're giving
I don't know if you're giving Brits. I don't think that's allowed under the law. I think we're talking about British Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
It does make sense, but it's also something I've never heard about ever before in my whole life. So, if you have many questions like we do, let's get to the article.
For many Americans, Thanksgiving is a very important holiday. They celebrate it on the fourth Thursday in November every year. On that day, they have a big, yummy meal with their family and friends.
All right, so Americans call it Thanksgiving. We Canadians, we call it Thanksgiving, or you could say Canadian Thanksgiving. But when it moved across the Atlantic Ocean to the UK, to Great Britain, it became Britsgiving. And that's about all we know so far. So let's get to the article and find out more.
Okay. For many Americans, Thanksgiving is a very important holiday.
Yes.
Yes. So it is an important holiday. So a holiday is a special day when people don't go to work or school.
Yes.
Because they are celebrating something. Now, this might be a religious thing. It might be a kind of festival, or it might be, a country's, national celebration.
Oh, like 10/10 or July 4th for Americans.
So these are all holidays. So Thanksgiving for Americans is one of the most important holidays of the year.
Absolutely. As you said, it started off with often religious special days. Actually, the word holiday is holy day, a day for church, for God, for, religion or something like that. You also might hear people using this word for not a special day in the calendar, but for when they leave the country to go somewhere, to travel, to sightsee, to go on vacation. You can sometimes say, we went on holiday to Hawaii. In the same way, you might use the word vacation. But here, though, we're talking about a special day in the calendar, like Matt explained. explained when nobody goes to work or school because of some special thing for the country's history and culture. So that's right, Americans celebrate Thanksgiving along with Christmas and July 4th, Independence Day. It's one of the 3 or 4 big holidays for Americans. How do they celebrate it? Well, it says they celebrate it on the 4th Thursday in November every year. Yeah, so that's why it's always around the 24th, 25th of November, about a month before Christmas. There you go. 4th Thursday in November every year, like Chinese New Year. It moves a little bit. Every year it will be on a slightly different day. But whatever day it is on at the end of November, it says on that day, on Thanksgiving Day, they have a big yummy meal with their family and friends. Turkey and stuffing being traditional, but of course many people have their own local food, or there's vegetarian Thanksgiving. You can really do it any way you want as long as the food is good and makes you go yum yum.
That's right. So if food makes you say yum or yum.
Or yummy,
right.
even.
So yummy is an adjective which means when food is good. It tastes good. It tastes delicious. Something is good to eat. It is yummy.
好吃 and oishi.
And it comes from the word yum, which is just like an expression you make when you eat
It's kind of a
something
sound,
good.
right?
Right. So it's actually the opposite word from yummy. Also comes, that's right. So yuck, you say when something is bad or disgusting, and then you can say that something is yucky.
Yeah, I just kind of say ayu. I like the local way of saying it, but that's basically the idea. But of course, we all want our food to be yummy and not yucky, especially a big important meal like Thanksgiving. And what is a meal? A meal is something that you eat. Usually one of the bigger things that you eat. Traditionally, we would say most people have 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When you're having a piece of fruit or a snack or a donut with your coffee, we wouldn't really call that a meal. That would be a snack. But a meal would be something a little more formal. You sit down, you might have something meaty at the beginning and maybe a sweet dessert after, that kind of idea. Normally, as I said, we eat 3 meals a day. And on those special holidays, you might have a special meal, like a Chinese New Year meal or something like that. All right, let's take a break and then we'll come back with more about Thanksgiving in Britain, Britsgiving.
The meal usually has turkey, potato, stuffing, and pumpkin pie. Before Americans start to eat, they do something special. They give thanks for all the good things in their lives. Now, many British people also celebrate Thanksgiving. They don't call it that, though. Instead, they call it Britsgiving.
All right, here we are back talking about American Thanksgiving. This is the traditional one that people in America have been celebrating for a long time. It's a special day, the 4th Thursday in November. And of course, people will get together with their family for a wonderful big meal. Let's talk about that meal because eating is a big central activity for Thanksgiving. What do you eat? The meal usually has turkey, potatoes, stuffing, and pumpkin pie, along with some vegetables and some other stuff. As we mentioned, these days people might have a vegetarian Thanksgiving, vegan. A lot of people from other parts of the world might have local food from their culture. If you're a Taiwanese family in America, you might have turkey and some dumplings too, or something like that. But one of the things you will find along with the traditional turkey is stuffing. Stuffing is a food that you prepare and you cook it inside of the turkey or the chicken or usually a bird that you're cooking. Stuffing is generally made of dry breadcrumbs with some salt and some spices, and then the juices inside the bird as it is cooking will kind of soak into that and it comes out kind of like a bready pudding kind of stuff. But it's not sweet, it's savory, it's salty, it's spicy. spicy. It's really, really good. If you like turkey, you'll probably like stuffing, and it goes very well with all of the other things. And once you've had your turkey, your stuffing, your potatoes, your gravy, your vegetables, it's time for dessert.
That's right. And as they mentioned, a typical dessert at Thanksgiving is pumpkin pie.
Yes, sir.
So a pie is a dessert, usually a dessert, but not always. It's a dish made with fruit or can be also meat.
Could be.
Cooked in a dish of pastry on the bottom and usually pastry on the top as well. So it's a kind of dough that is under and above the stuff that is inside it. And usually it's cut into slices and it can be really delicious. I really love pumpkin pie.
Oh, okay. I was going to say I love pie. I like pie more than cake, personally. Lemon meringue pie. Oh, I love a lemon pie. But of course, you're right. Apple pie, peach pie, cherry pie. In Quebec, in Canada, where I'm from, the French Canadians, I remember as a kid, I learned about this and I thought, that's crazy. Their favorite local pie, sugar pie.
Oh, yes.
Just pie made with sugar. Really good for your teeth, but also very delicious. So there you go, pie, especially pumpkin. I think Americans might also eat apple pie.
Oh, yes.
With Thanksgiving.
Yeah, apple pie is a very traditional American dessert.
Two both very popular types of pie to have after your Thanksgiving dinner. All right, and then what?
Before Americans start to eat, they do something special. They give thanks for all the good things in their lives.
True, yeah.
So that's, they give thanks, and that's why it's called Thanksgiving. The time to give thanks.
Absolutely. So as these people get together, maybe you haven't seen your aunts and uncles or even your parents. If you're older for, a few months, you get together and everyone will say, oh, I want to thank God or just thank, luck or my life for having people who love me, for being safe and healthy, for these sort of blessings, these things that you understand you have, but other people might not. And sometimes it's good to kind of stop and, notice and recognize how lucky you are and how there are many good things in your life, even if sometimes you can't really notice them all around you. Now, though, it says, many British people also celebrate Thanksgiving. This is totally new. I lived in Britain as a kid. We did not celebrate that. No one celebrated Thanksgiving. But in the 21st century, in the last few years, it's become more popular. Now here's a few of the little changes that have happened as it's gone from America over to Britain. It says they, that's British people, they don't call it that though. They don't call it Thanksgiving though. Instead, they call it Britsgiving. They've taken the Brit from Britain and replaced the thanks, so it's Britsgiving.
Okay, clever.
I guess. It doesn't mean you're giving away British people.
Right, no.
Here, I have Harry Potter. Do you want him?
Yeah.
No, you're not doing that.
Right, so that sounds like it's something that, a way that Americans and British people can celebrate some of the American traditions in Britain. And, it's interesting they've given it a new fun name.
Absolutely. And sometimes, when you learn about other cultures, you learn about a holiday and you go, that's kind of a cool holiday, I know a lot of people think tomb sweeping here in Taiwan is a pretty interesting holiday to go and clean up the grave of your grandparents. We don't do that in Western countries, but maybe we should because it's kind of a special thing. That's the same thing that British people, I guess, have been thinking about Thanksgiving. So why not? Britsgiving. We'll find out a lot more about it tomorrow. Until then, have some pumpkin pie, some turkey, and come back and join us then.
For many Americans, Thanksgiving is a very important holiday. They celebrate it on the fourth Thursday in November every year. On that day, they have a big, yummy meal with their family and friends. The meal usually has turkey, potato, stuffing, and pumpkin pie. Before Americans start to eat, they do something special. They give thanks for all the good things in their lives. Now, many British people also celebrate Thanksgiving. They don't call it that, though. Instead, they call it Britsgiving.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 holiday 名词，节日、假日。Next Monday is a public holiday in that country. 在那个国家，下周一是国定假日。下一个单字 yummy 形容词，美味的、可口的。The cake my sister made yesterday was very yummy. 我姐姐昨天做的蛋糕非常美味。下一个单字 meal 名词，餐点。Jerry has 5 meals a day. Jerry 一天吃5餐。下一个单字 pie 名词，派，馅饼。My favorite dessert is apple pie. 我最喜欢的甜点是苹果派。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 The fourth Thursday in November. 11月的第4个星期四。这是一个固定用法，表示特定的日子。叙述星期和月份可以以此类推。例如说 The second Sunday in May. 5月的第2个星期天。The third Monday in January. 1月的第3个星期一。我们来看看这个例句。Mother's Day in Taiwan is on the second Sunday in May. 台湾的母亲节是5月的第2个星期天。下一个文法 Somebody gives thanks for something. 某人对某事物表达感谢。Give 是给予的意思，它的三态是 give, gave, given. Thanks 指的是感谢，恒用复数哦。我们来看看这个例句。He gave thanks for his successful business. 他对他成功的事业表示感谢。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Where is she? She's late.
Hey.
Winnie, you're late.
No, I'm not. We said to meet at 10:50.
No, we said 10:15.
Well, it's not my fault. You didn't pronounce it clearly.
Well, I guess that's why when we pronounce words, we have to pronounce it properly.
Today on KiWi on the Street, we're going to work on some English pronunciation.
Let's go! 我们今天呢要考验一下同学你的英文发音 okay? So 我有一些句子 and you just have to read them out loud, okay?
She sleeps on her bed.
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 She sleeps on her bed. She sleeps on her bed.
She sleeps on her bed. Very good. 下一个
My cap is red. My cap is red.
My cap is red.
My cap is red.
My cap is red.
My cap is red.
My cap is red. Very good. Okay, 下一个
There is a jet in the sky.
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 There is a jet in the sky. There is a jet in the sky.
Very good. 那我们今天发音学到了什么呢？
Here are today's pronunciations. Number 1, she sleeps on her bed. Here, when we focus on the word sleeps, you'll see a double E, which means it's not an eh sound, it's an E sound. So when you're saying double E, you should have a little bit of a smile, E. So just like the word keep, she keeps to herself. She sleeps on her bed. Next, my cap is red. Here, when we focus on the word cap, you'll see an AP, which means there's a ah sound followed by a p, a popping. So just like I'm running the tap water. My cap is red. Moving on. There is a jet in the sky. Here, the word jet has an eh sound, okay? Just like bed, red, jet. The E is very different from a double E. It's not E, it's a eh. So your jaws relax, your tongue is almost sticking out, and you have a eh sound. There is a jet in the sky. That's it for today. KiWi later.